Hi everyone, this is Ann Maddox, and I'm so blessed to serve as your finance chair here at Greensboro First United Methodist Church. First of all, I want to assure you that as of the end of October, our church is doing well financially, thanks to your generosity. Income and cash on hand for the general budget continue to exceed current expenses. We've not yet had to use any of our 2-month reserve for all of 2020. So I want to thank you for your generous support. I'd also like to talk to you about our budget discussions last week with the staff and the mission team captains. Elisa Reese shared her plans for faith development ministries in 2021. I was so encouraged by her excitement and planning for our entire congregation, not exclusively for children and youth, but for the entire congregation. One of the things I really liked was the plan for Thursday night dinners. This function will be for the entire family. We will have dinner first, and then we'll break out into small groups, children, youth, and even something for us old folks. One of the things I've missed the most during this pandemic is fellowship and worship with my Christian friends and family. I think many of you feel the same way. Elisa is also planning retreats and a mission trip for our youth. Many of you don't know, but TJ and I met at church camp when we were teenagers. God had a plan for us even at that young age, and it was made possible by our churches sponsoring a church camp every summer. Elisa has a summer mission trip planned, in addition to crosswalk, confirmation, graduation, VBS, and other community events, such as the trunk or treat that we just had that was such a great success. It was exciting to hear the well thought out plans of Elisa and Haley for our families. Dr. Martha Braswell told us about what she had in mind for next year for our music ministry. She's making all the traditional plans for holiday music, weekly music from for our choir and special music. But what she shared with us about the interns is what had the most impact on me. Martha told us that our university student interns love being a part of our worship services. They are not only leading music, but they have become our church's college student ministry. She tells us that they love our church and look forward to worshiping with us each Sunday. I never thought about it from that perspective. Of course, we pray that by next year we'll be able to have a full choir, but it is so nice to have these interns bless us each week with their beautiful music. I can't tell you how encouraged I was after hearing about these and other ministry and worship events planned for next year. It's exciting to know that our giving to God and this church will make these things possible. Finally, I'd like to say that we have experienced a very challenging year with health, social, and financial issues. Our church has suffered much like businesses and individuals with closures, and social distancing, and reduced opportunities to worship together. We may be facing some of these challenges next year, in addition to concern about what's going on with the United Methodist Church. TJ and I are just as concerned as many of you about these possible changes in our church. But this is our church, and we love it. When we joined, we made a promise before God and this congregation to contribute our time, our talents, and our gifts to the church. And that's what we plan to do as long as we are members and until something actually happens. We will continue to serve in this, our church, and our community. I'd like to invite you to join me in my excitement about what is possible in 2021. With God's help and His blessing, we can financially support the ministries and missions of our church. GFUMC can be the clay in the hand of the Master Potter, allowing us to be His vessel to make disciples of Jesus Christ and transform our community. I pray God will continue to bless our church, our staff, and each of you. Thank you for all that you do.